I kicked my boyfriend's sister out of our house. My boyfriend Jake and I have been living together for 2 years, and his sister Megan has always been a problem. She's one of those people who thinks being family means she can do whatever she wants without consequences. Jake always makes excuses for her because their parents died when they were teenagers, so he feels responsible for her even though she's 24 now. Megan has her own apartment, but she shows up at our place whenever she feels like it. She has a spare key that Jake gave her for emergencies, but apparently every Tuesday night counts as an emergency because that's when she comes over to do her laundry and eat our food. She never asks, just walks in like she owns the place. The breaking point happened 3 weeks ago. I was working from home when I heard the front door open. I figured it was Jake coming home early, but then I heard Megan's obnoxious laugh echoing through the house. I walked downstairs and found her in our kitchen with some random guy I'd never seen before. They were making themselves completely at home. She was cooking steaks from our freezer while this stranger was going through our liquor cabinet like he lived there. When she saw me, she didn't even look embarrassed. She just waved and said, "Oh hey, this is my friend Connor. We're having lunch." I told her she couldn't just bring random people into our house without asking, especially when I'm trying to work. She rolled her eyes and said I was being dramatic, that it was Jake's house too and he wouldn't mind. Connor was standing there awkwardly holding a bottle of our expensive whiskey that Jake got for his birthday. That's when I noticed something was missing. The little ceramic owl that sits on our coffee table was gone. It's not expensive, but my grandmother gave it to me before she died, and it means everything to me. I asked Megan where it was, and she got all defensive, saying she hadn't touched anything. I searched the living room while they continued cooking, and that's when I saw Connor stuffing something into his backpack by the door. I marched over there and demanded to see what he was putting in his bag. Megan started yelling at me to leave her friend alone, but I grabbed the backpack anyway. Inside was my owl, plus our Bluetooth speaker, a bunch of Jake's video games, and even some jewelry from our bedroom. This random guy had been robbing us while Megan distracted me in the kitchen. When I confronted them, Connor immediately tried to leave, but I blocked the door and told him he wasn't going anywhere. Megan started screaming that I was crazy and that Connor would never steal anything. She actually defended this thief over her own brother's girlfriend. I called Jake immediately, and he said he was coming home, but that took 40 minutes because he was across town at work. While we waited, Megan kept trying to get me to let Connor leave. She said I was embarrassing her and that I had no proof he was stealing. The proof was literally in his backpack, but she acted like I planted it there or something. Connor just stood there looking guilty as hell. When Jake finally got home, Megan immediately started crying and telling him I was attacking her friend for no reason. She made it sound like I had gone crazy and started accusing innocent people of stealing. Jake looked confused and exhausted, and I could tell he just wanted the drama to stop. I showed him the backpack full of our stuff, and Connor finally admitted he was taking things. He said Megan told him we wouldn't notice because we had so much stuff. That's when I found out this wasn't even the first time. Megan had been bringing different people over when we weren't home, and they'd been slowly taking small things for weeks. Jake was furious, but Megan just kept crying and saying she was sorry, that she needed money and didn't know what else to do. She promised it would never happen again if we just gave her another chance. I told Jake I was done with chances, that his sister needed to give me her key and never come back. He actually hesitated. He stood there looking between me and his crying sister like he was considering letting her keep the key. That's when I knew I had to take control of the situation myself. I told Megan to give me the key right now or I was calling the police about the theft. She threw the key at my feet and stormed out, but not before telling me I was a controlling bitch who was trying to turn her brother against his own family. Connor followed her out, probably grateful to avoid getting arrested. Jake picked up the key and handed it to me without saying anything.